Hello and welcome to another episode of me painting again. Oh yeah, we're painting again. I've just covered the entire canvas with some liquid white. And to do a quick test to see if you've got enough, you just dab your finger on the canvas and then check to see if you can see your fingerprint through the paint. If you can see it, you've got enough on. If you can't see it, you need to scrape a bit off and then spread it out again until you get to that sort of level, because if you have too much on, it just makes it a little bit difficult. You want to have the minimum amount. So anyway, thinking about what I'm going to paint. Thinking about blue sky, maybe simple clouds, mountain. Gotta have a go at a mountain. Why not? Got a few paints on the palette. Got some Indian yellow, some chrome yellow, some ivory black, ultramarine blue, burnt umber, alizarin crimson, and sap green, and a big lump of white. So I'm going to use these and hopefully create something. So I might get some of the blue straight away, actually. Just tapping my bristles, getting a nice distribution of colour on my brush. I've still got the liquid white on there. It doesn't really matter. So this is the ultramarine blue. I might put a tiny bit of alizarin crimson in it. Just a tiny little bit. Just to change it up just a touch. So we start with these crisscross strokes at the top. All the way along. And then what you can do is you can go along the top, and then as you come down, automatically, because it picks up more of the liquid white, it gets a bit lighter. Which is one of the benefits of the liquid white strategy of painting. Because as you go down, it gets lighter, and then it gives you that indication of depth in your painting. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what we're going to have down here, but I'll do the same thing. Get some of this blue and a little bit of the red on the brush, and I'll just bring that in. On the outside in. I'll just go over that as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to have water here. I might have a little bit, but it just gives us that opportunity to put it in now, and then we can always change it. Yeah, something like that. Now I'm going to clean my brush a little bit on a paper towel. I rolled onto the floor, unfortunately. All I do is I grab my brush, put the paper towel over and go like that, just to get the excess paint off. It just saves you cleaning brushes or using multiple brushes. It gives you a bit more of a chance with this brush. Use it a bit more. So what I'm thinking next, little clouds, yeah, little cloud formations. I just go with some white. Some white. I'm just going to tap the corner of the brush in this white. Get some of that on there. And then using the top corner, I'm just going to put in a little bit of a cloud in there. Just using little speedy strokes. And don't forget to step back and have a look at your painting, see how it looks. See if it's working for you. I'm always doing that, stepping back and going, hang on, how come I've done a line of clouds? I didn't mean to do that. So I'm going to have to do this now, to go like that and then sort of bring that down like that. So I want to do layers. I can just knock it off a little bit of paint off the brush, and I can just use the top corner to blend that a little bit. So I might do another layer of cloud, another layer, and just pulling the brush and then sort of tapping it, pulling it out and then tapping it, getting some paint on the brush. Maybe do another layer of cloud here. It's going to be very subtle. You can add lots of different colours and layers in your clouds if you want to. Make it dark or light. It's up to you. And then just gonna whack the brush again, and then lift the clouds up, lift them up, bring some wind into it. Bring some wind into it and go over that. Really light though. No pressure, really light. And then have another look, and I think, depending on where the mountain's going to be though, I kind of want a bit more there. Like that. What do you think? That adds a bit of something, doesn't it? And then you could do the same thing. Lift it up. Give it a little bit of a movement. Quite like that. And you can do little details like that. Really go for it with your details. I think I'll go with that. I quite like that. Okay, now the next stage is I want to create a bit of mountain mixture. Oh, this brown's trying to slide off the palette. We're gonna have a bit of that. Bit of the burnt umber, bit of black, bit of blue. Why not? Let's have some blue in this. Bit of crimson. So we've got brown, blue, black, crimson. And if you're wondering what sort of colour you got, you can pick up a bit of white and then mix it. It's quite a nice grey actually. It's kind of a warm grey. It's a warm grey. Look at that. This is my zoom. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, you get a nice warm grey. Maybe I'll get a bit more blue in my colour. Cool it down a little bit maybe. We'll see how that looks. I think it might work better. Just a tiny bit cooler. I think it might work better. But let's, so you want to pull your paint out really flat like that, and then cut across so you get a little roll of paint at the end of your knife. You can see that little roll of paint. And then just come in and where do I want my mountain to go? Out there, do you think? Out there. Yeah. Out there, and then maybe it comes down and up and down again, and maybe sort of that along there. Scrape that off. And then maybe down here we'll have another bit there, and it sort of go up like that. And then you want to be focusing on this top line, not so much the bottom, because you're going to pull that out in a second. Just get that bit there. I like that. Maybe a bit there as well. It gets quite fun when you're doing mountains. And you start going, maybe I'll bring it do it a bit more, and then you end up with this massive mountain. I've done that many times. Using the brush to just pull that out. I've got a paper towel on top of my easel, and I'm just whacking the excess paint off. Pull that down. Down there as well. But you can see how you could start making your mountain when you're doing this. I remember when I first tried this, and I have to admit, I didn't do a very good job. But I enjoyed this bit, and this is the bit that I thought, oh, I could make mountains. Always wanted to be able to paint a mountain. And, this technique, you can do it. There we go. And then you can start shaping your mountain. Maybe I want that to go like that. And then just maybe it goes like this, or maybe it fades away to nothing. Like that. Just fades away in the distance. Something like that. And now we can start putting some snow on the mountain. Got some snow here. Just pull it out really flat. Nice and flat, just like before. Cut across. There we go. Cut across, little roll of paint. Can you see it? There is definitely a roll of paint there. And now I can think, where shall we start? We want the snowy area this side, and I can just go down the mountain like this. Trying to be soft pressure, just down there, and then the paint breaks and you get all these different effects, which is really great. So I'm just pulling out really flat and then cutting across. What else we got? This one here. I'm gonna get that one in there, and then this one here. And then here. You can really get in and detail this as well. You could use a detail knife. I've got one of those. For a while I couldn't use this knife because I found it a bit big, but you can use a detail knife and you can get a bit more control. I was thinking maybe this goes like along there as well. And then these bits, maybe a little bit of white there. And then with here, see how you can do these details. And then maybe there it would be more shadow. We could bring a shadow in front, and shadow down there, and shadow it a bit here. Maybe there's another light bit there. Get rid of that dark bit, although that adds something now. Some of these little errors become nice, good little mistakes. Work out for us. So I've got some white and blue, maybe a touch of red. Yeah, that's quite nice. More of that. Oh, there's a bit of brown gone in there. Whoops. Never mind. That's alright. We can use this as our shadow colour. Might put a bit more blue in it. And you cut across again. A little roll of paint again. Pull it out flat, cut across. Right, we'll get this bit. Trying not to put too much pressure on. Be light as a feather. Ooh. Light as a feather. Stand back and have a look. Stand back and have a look and how you want your mountain to go. That, and then there's this bit here. Should have done that already. It's okay. We can cheat. Sometimes I use my knife like that and do the shadow. Sometimes like this, just as an example. I can do it. There we go. Like that. But it really is just about the pressure that you put on to get that paint to break. That's all it is. Have that going down there. This one goes there. Maybe it goes there as well. A little bit more depth in that area. Kind of missed a big chunk here. I kind of want that to be a bit more. And then there's a bit over there. I'm just going to use this little bit. Add a bit of paint there. Let's have a look at that. Let's might cool this bit down there as well. Okay, stepping back, having a look. This bit here as well. So that'll do. Now I'm going to clean it up with some white. And then I'm going to start a bit more along this area. Have this more curved there. Now I have to admit, I am just making this mountain up. You can use a picture of a mountain, or even a copy of a painting to do it that way. Quite like that. It's quite effective actually, that is, isn't it? Might add a bit more of that blue in there. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll add, I was thinking like there. Just add a little bit there as well. That's nice. That sort of brings that bit out. And you can do that. You can change it up a little bit. Make some difference. These two mountains. I don't really like this real dark there. So I'm gonna sort of pull that in. Pulled that into the mountain and created a bit of something there. Anyway, now I'm going to soften all this bottom part up a little bit. Just going to use a clean dry brush and I'm going to tap, just tap up here a little bit. Lift it. Just to give this area a bit of mist. Really light pressure. So I'm just stand back and have a look at that. Oh, I really like this misty bit here. So you tap in the direction of the mountain. I'm just going to tap really lightly there. Just send that away a bit. Oh yeah, that's better. I feel like we could have a bit more dark here. Not sure what you're thinking. If you're watching and you're thinking, oh no, don't do that. going to ruin the painting. I just feel like it's a little bit light. If I want to bring this one forward, I could add a bit of dark like this. And that really does bring that forward, doesn't it? And I'm going to scrape it off again. There. It's the beauty of oils, isn't it? Change it, make it different. I like it, but I don't want to go too dark. I just wanted something that changes it from there to there, just so I get that extra level of land. There's an extra level of land. Just making my shadow mix again. Just a bit of blue and white and a bit of red, wasn't it? And I can do a little. Well, that's a bit dark. That was a bit dark. Don't want that. Yes. Yes. It's just that bit darker. That's what I wanted, you see. Just to take the... and I'm going to mist it up again. I just wanted to create that dark depth. And you could do that with these paintings. Anyway, let's get the old fan brush. Put a little bit of sap green on it and some of this mountain mix. So I want to put a load of trees growing in front of this. Using the number 3 fan, and I'm just pulling it out. And I'm going to get some trees in here. I want quite a lot of trees, so you just pull down. Do all different heights and things. And then sometimes, like that one, looks a bit bigger. I can add a little bit of detail to it, just to use in the corner of the brush. Maybe there's another one there. Just use that corner. And then they're going to go all the way along here. Might bring this up. Might bring this land up. Always stand back and have a look at your painting. See what's going on. Because if you're like this, where I am now, like this painting, you don't see the whole thing. You don't get used to... What am I trying to say? You don't see it as a painting. You see parts. That's the thing. And then you don't get to see it as a whole, and you could miss something. I mean, just improves your eye when you're standing back and looking at it, because imagine the amount of landscapes you've seen. Your eye starts to get used to what looks good or what is sort of real. Say that because I'm making this up, but you know, it's based on what I've seen on TV mainly, because There ain't too many mountains in England. But there is the Lake District, which I've been to. I was so amazed to see mountains and grass. That was a big shock for me, that was. Snowy mountains with green grass. Anyway, let's use the old big brush again. Let's mist this up. Let's mist this up here. Just misting it up. This works really well because of the liquid white on there. It makes it easy for this to work. Okay, and then sort of stand back, having a look, thinking about what I want to do next in the mist. Do I want to do another layer of trees, or should I bring some snow down? Should I have land? What should I do? I think, I don't know about you. Trees? More trees? I'm feeling more trees. Might put a bit more blue in the colour though. I could have actually put a little bit of white in my colour and sent that further back. But then again, it's kind of worked itself, hasn't it? Because if you start there and work out, these trees look like they're closer. Someone's just drove by. So this tree, I think, should be there. This one, shall I leave that one there? Let's just put this one in and have a look. Just using the corner of the brush, pushing down. And then the further down you get, you put more pressure on. Like that. It's quite a nice tree. I feel like there should be another one though. I feel like there should be that one there. I might just bring that one down. Let's bring that in there. Yeah, definitely needed to be there. So I might have land here in front of that. Sort of all the way along there. Just put this dark down. Just sort of stand back, have a look at that. I think that's about right. I want that land sort of going there. And then going there. Tempted. Does it need a tree there on this side, do you think? And what are we going to do the ground in? Snow? Should we put snow on the ground? Maybe we should put snow on the ground. Maybe I should get a bit of white on the knife. Maybe I'll use the knife. Maybe we should have snow that sort of goes all the way along here. I've got a little bit of the shadow colour on my knife as well. A little bit of light, more light on this side, I think. More light here. Let's have a look at that. Definitely want that a tree there though, I definitely do. Looks quite good actually, using that. I kind of want to get rid of this edge though, and you could use your brush, you could use your finger just to sort of soften that edge. I think that's a bit better. Could have a little bit of white there. Maybe the light is hitting that area a bit more. A bit more there. Something like that, and then I could use a bit of this shadow colour, and then I could have the shadow there. Something like that. Look quite good with a bit of this shadow colour here, actually. Yeah, it looks quite good, that. Quite happy with that. You can do all sorts with the knife though, you can put in all kinds of colours. I think I'll put in another tree while I'm thinking about it. Let's get this number 3 fan in this paint. Got to get this tree about there, and then we can use the corner of the brush. Just push, beep, 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 and then come down. About there. See, what I find with these trees, I get like a bit too much on one side. Because I get excited, I'm going da, 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 and then I got all blocked there. So sometimes I have to just do this just to improve it. But you can actually use your left hand on one side and your right hand on the other. I have done that before. So I started to get really into making the trees look perfect, but then I realised I was overdoing it. You don't really need to. Okay, here we go. What we got? What's missing? Bit of shadow, I think. I think there could be a bit of shadow in there. Let's just throw a little bit in. Just a little bit of shadow down here. Yeah, not too much, because for some reason in the snow, light's bouncing all over the place and you don't always get a lot of shadow. I actually realised that once. Anyway, right, let's do another number 3 fan brush. I've got one. It's clean, cleanish. Got one here. It's cleanish. I'm just gonna get a quick wipe. Quick wipe with a paper towel. Well, I'm not sure about this one. It was not great. That was not going to get clean. This one might though. See, some of my fan brushes are really caked with paint. I've just been cleaning them all up, ready to start doing these wet on wet paintings again. And found some of our brushes were really probably need new ones of some of them. They're well used. Right, so let's just dip my brush in a bit of liquid white just to thin my white paint, because I was thinking of doing a little bit of a highlight. Oh, I'll tell you something else I could do. Just wiping my knife on a bit of paper. I have a little bit of a tree trunk cut across, little roll of paint, and a little bit of the white and blue. I can have a bit of a tree trunk. You could use brown if you wanted. Maybe I'll just put this indication that there might be more there. And a little bit of a... There, you see? Nice bit of colour. That's not bad actually, that's quite nice. It's quite nice. So I'll get some white. I'm not going to use my yellows in this painting. I'll have to do another one. I've ended up going all wintry. So, get some of this white on the brush, and just lightly we can get that highlight coming from over there. And add a little bit of this. Get some of this light in that one side, just a little bit. Usually do something like that just to create a little bit more thickness to the tree, and then on that one as well a bit more. So if you find your paint doesn't stick, you need to get a sort of a thinner colour, and then always sticks then. It's quite a lot of paint on there, so I need it really thin. Yep. How's that look? Don't want to get too into perfection, because that's dangerous actually. You can start really want to perfect trees, and then you get a bit bogged down, and trying not to do that. It's very difficult not to though, because you want to just add a little bit more of this, a little bit of the blue on this side as well. Just a little hint of this cooler colour on this side. Just put a little bit on it. Just here and there. Just adds that little bit of... Anyway. Yeah, I'm quite liking that. That's nice trees. I really like these two trees. Don't know about this one. It's not my favourite tree. These are my favourites. But I do like it because it's nice and big and it does add a bit of extra to this painting. Well, anyway, I think for this painting, I think that will do. I've enjoyed myself. I hope you've enjoyed this episode and you're looking forward to some more. And I'll just write my little JB in the corner here. And I'll say, thanks very much for watching this episode, and I'll see you at another one. Bye for now.